What if I told you that the greatest threat to our teenagers today isn't lurking in the shadows, but in their very own pockets and homes? Welcome to a world where addiction isn't limited to substances anymore. In the 21st century, we're facing a new kind of menace, digital addiction. And here's the kicker, it's not just affecting adults, but our teenagers too. Let's take a moment to digest some facts. Studies reveal that nearly 1 in 5 teenagers has a substance abuse disorder. That's about 20% of our youth grappling with an issue that's taking away from their potential, their dreams, and their futures. But that's just one side of the coin. Turn it around and we're looking at a digital world that's consuming our teens in a way we never thought possible. Social media, gaming, and constant connectivity are creating a vortex of addiction that's sucking in our youth. Studies suggest that approximately half of all teenagers feel addicted to their devices. That's right, half of our teens are falling prey to a silent enemy. The consequences of these addictions are far-reaching. They're not just impacting the physical health of our teens, but also their mental well-being, their social relationships, and their academic performance. Now you might wonder, why is this happening? Well, the reasons are manifold. Peer pressure, the desire for instant gratification, the need to fit in, the search for an escape, the list goes on. But here's the thing, there's no one-size-fits-all solution to this complex issue. It's a multifaceted problem that requires a multi-pronged approach, and it starts with recognizing the problem and understanding its gravity. So let's pull back the curtain and unveil the reality of teen addiction, because it's only when we acknowledge the elephant in the room can we begin to address it. Understanding the gravity of teen addiction is the first step towards combating it. To shed some light on this dire situation, we've reached out to several experts in the field. Now, substance abuse among teenagers is not a new phenomenon, but it's one that continues to evolve. According to our experts, the most commonly abused substances among teens these days include alcohol, marijuana, and prescription medications. But why are these substances so attractive to our youth? One expert, a clinical psychologist specializing in adolescent behavior, explains that the teenage brain is naturally drawn to novelty and risk. And when coupled with peer pressure or personal struggles, substance use can become an appealing escape. It's a dangerous cocktail. The allure of the forbidden, the promise of temporary relief, and the illusion of invincibility that often accompanies youth. A neuroscientist we spoke to further elaborates on the impact of these substances on the developing teenage brain. She explains that repeated substance use can disrupt critical brain development, impairing cognitive function, and potentially leading to long-term mental health issues. The teenage brain is a work in progress, and introducing toxic substances into the mix can derail its course significantly. A substance abuse counselor we interviewed gives us insight into the real-world consequences. He's seen firsthand the devastating effects of substance abuse on teens' lives, faltering academic performance, strained relationships, and sometimes even encounters with the law. And the worst part? These are not isolated incidents. They are common scenarios that play out in homes across the country and around the globe. But the situation is far from hopeless. Our experts agree that prevention and early intervention are key. By understanding the reasons behind substance abuse and acknowledging the seriousness of the problem, we can take steps to protect our youth from falling into this dangerous trap. Substance abuse is a serious issue, but it's not the only addiction plaguing our teens. While substance abuse is a physical addiction, digital addiction is a psychological one, yet just as damaging. Welcome to a world where the pull of the screen can be as potent as the pull of a drug. Digital addiction, specifically among teenagers, is a rising concern for experts worldwide. It's a world where likes, shares, and retweets can flood the brain with dopamine, creating a cycle that's hard to break. Many of us may underestimate the severity of digital addiction, perhaps because it doesn't have the same immediately visible effects as substance abuse. But make no mistake, the consequences are real and can be just as harmful. A host of mental health issues are often linked to excessive screen time. Anxiety, depression, and sleep disorders are just a few examples of the psychological toll excessive digital usage can take. The constant comparison to others online can lead to self-esteem issues and feelings of inferiority. Moreover, the development of social skills can be hindered as face-to-face interactions are replaced with chats and comments. The nuanced cues of body language, tone, and facial expressions that are integral to human communication can be lost in the digital realm, leading to a decrease in empathetic understanding and social competence. The prevalence of this addiction is alarming. A significant portion of teenagers are spending more than 7 hours a day on screens, not including time for school or homework. That's more than 1/3 of their waking hours spent in the digital world, a world that can distort reality and negatively impact their perception of self and others. We must remember that the teenage years are a crucial time for growth and development. The habits formed during this time can influence the course of a person's life. A teenager consumed by digital addiction is a teenager robbed of their potential to explore, to learn, to connect in meaningful ways, and to develop into a well-rounded adult. Digital addiction, much like substance abuse, is a silent destroyer of potential. So let's shed light on this issue. Let's talk about it. Let's educate ourselves and our teens about the dangers of digital addiction, and let's work together to turn the tide. Now that we've heard from the experts, how do we navigate this complex landscape of teen addiction? It's a question that weighs heavily on the hearts of many, and rightly so. The key to navigating this terrain lies in 3 crucial components: prevention, early detection, and treatment. Prevention is the first line of defense. It's about creating a safe environment where teens can thrive without the need for substances or excessive screen time. This involves building strong relationships, fostering open communication, and setting clear boundaries. It's about equipping our teens with the knowledge they need to make informed decisions about their health and well-being. But prevention is not foolproof. That's where early detection comes in. Recognizing the signs of addiction can be challenging, but it's not impossible. Changes in behavior, a sudden drop in grades, loss of interest in hobbies, or a shift in social circles could all be red flags. Being vigilant and staying connected with our teens can make all the difference. Then comes treatment, which can be a long and winding road. It's important to remember that there's no one-size-fits-all solution. This could range from therapy and counseling to rehabilitation programs, or a combination of both. It's about finding what works best for each individual and providing them with the support they need to overcome their struggles. But perhaps the most important piece of the puzzle is awareness. It's about understanding that addiction is not a choice, but a disease. It's about breaking down the stigma and creating a society that's supportive and understanding, rather than judgmental and dismissive. Parental involvement is also paramount. Parents need to be equipped with the right tools and information to guide their children through these challenging times. Remember, it's not just about navigating the landscape of teen addiction, but about transforming it. It's about creating a world where teens feel heard, understood, and supported. Addressing teen addiction requires a collective effort, and it begins with awareness. Now, equipped with knowledge and understanding, you are no longer a passive bystander. We've explored the reality of teen addiction, heard from experts on both substance abuse and digital addiction, and navigated the complexities of this landscape. This isn't just about becoming informed, it's about taking action. You have the power to make a difference in the lives of countless teens who are struggling with addiction. So, what can you do? Start by educating others. Share this video with your friends, family, and social networks. The more people become aware of the issues surrounding teen addiction, the more we can collectively work towards solutions. You can also take action in your own life. If you notice signs of addiction in yourself or someone close to you, don't ignore them. Reach out to professionals who can provide guidance and support. There are numerous resources available online, like the National Institute on Drug Abuse and the Center on Addiction, which offer valuable information and help for those dealing with substance abuse and digital addiction. If you're a parent, take the time to have open and honest conversations with your children about these issues. Understand that it's not about blaming or shaming, but about providing a safe space where they can express their feelings and concerns. If you're a teen, remember, it's okay to ask for help. There's no shame in admitting you're struggling. Reach out to someone you trust, a parent, a teacher, a friend, or a counselor. You're not alone in this journey. Invest time in hobbies, sports, or creative outlets that can provide a healthy escape from the pressures of life. Encourage the teens in your life to do the same. Remember, balance is key. It's okay to enjoy a video game or scroll through social media, but it shouldn't consume your entire day or cause distress. In the fight against teen addiction, every voice matters. Speak up, step up, and together we can make a difference.